Alright, so what is an atom? So remember, atoms are the building blocks of matter. Y'all learned this in the first matter lesson. So that should be review. Alright, so what is an atom made of? So atoms are super tiny. There's actually some things that are even tinier than an atom that make them up. So atoms are composed of protons, neutrons, and electrons. You've got your protons here in red, your electrons here in gray, and your neutrons here in gray, and then your electrons here in blue. So there is a certain structure to an atom. The protons and neutrons are here in the center, and then the electrons are in these rings outside of it. So the center has a name. It's not just called the center. It's called the nucleus. Remember, the nucleus is composed of those protons, which are red here, and the neutrons that are gray. And then these rings that surround it that have the electrons is called the electron rings. All right, so let's look at this practice. You're going to do this after you finish these notes. So I've told you what the number of protons, number of neutrons, and number of electrons are. Something important before I show you this activity is that each ring can only hold a certain number of electrons. So make sure you're writing all this stuff in red in your notes. So the first ring here can only hold 2 electrons. So you start with the center and you work your way out. So 2 can fit there, and then if you still have more electrons, 8 can fit here, and then again if you have still more electrons, then 8 fits on this third ring. Alright, so I'm going to show you this real quick. So 2 protons. So remember, protons go in the center. So I'm going to drag 2 protons here to the center. And then for neutrons, again, we know we have 2 neutrons here. We're going to drag those to the center. And then it tells us it has 4 electrons. So remember, the first ring can only hold 2, so I'm going to put 2 of those here. And we've got 2 more left. So then those 2 are going to overflow into this next ring. All right, and that's the basic structure of an atom. In the next video, we're going to talk about how we know the number of protons, neutrons, or electrons that an atom has.